any of you that we change to the political story, any of you that anticipate the protests that will coming up next week in Wednesday, we have a little update for you. Today, a group of anti-government protesters, core leaders of several groups together, they held a press briefing at สนามหลวง They call สนามหลวงสนามราษฎร and they call themselves คณะราษฎร instead of Free People Group. คณะราษฎร is actually a name of a group that mostly foreign educated military officers and civilians that led a bloodless coup in 1932 that toppled the government of King ประชาธิปก and transformed the country from the absolute monarchy to be constitutional monarchy. So they call themselves คณะราษฎร They say that คณะราษฎร has disappeared and it remained in the hearts of democracy lovers. Anyway, they had declared 3 demands today. They asked the Prime Minister to resign. They asked the special parliamentary session to rewrite a charter and reform the constitution, and they still ask for the reform of the institution of the monarchy. In their statement, they criticize the government of mismanagement, and they say that Thailand economy is a disaster, quote, unquote. They say that millions are starving, but elite class and army generals are living comfortably on top of people suffering. That's what they said in their statement. So the statement reiterates that at the end that their demand is not to topple the monarchy. They simply want the country to be democratic, that the king is also under the constitution, or we call it constitutional monarchy. The group leaders have laid out the plan for the upcoming demonstration on next Wednesday, which will also mark the 47th anniversary of the uprising on the October 14, 1973, that overthrew the regime of Field Marshal Thanom Kittikachorn. Anon Nampa, one of the protest leaders, he is also a human rights lawyer. He said that the demonstration will start at 2 p.m. at the Democracy Monument. There will be a stage set up, and they prepare to camp out overnight in a bid that hope they will be able to pressure the government into meeting their demand. And Anon said there will be a surprise that day. And we have no idea what a surprise will be, but we will get to see it that day. The rally organizer expects a bigger crowd than the one on September 19. They also call for university students to skip classes and join them, and they also ask workers, the laborers, to strike that day. Anon said that he expects more than 30 groups to participate in this gathering, including labor unions, university students in Bangkok, and warned that these protests will continue for many days. So at the press briefing, we also see Panasaya Siddhi Jirawattanagun. She became well known because she's the one that read the 10 manifesto, the 10 demand about the reform of the institution, and also Panupon Jatnok and Thattep Rungprapai Kitseri.
Right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ